Welcome to OpManager Tech Videos. A defining trait of large businesses is how spread out their operations are, and these companies are usually connected through massive WAN networks. Considering the volume of data that is transferred between each office, you need a system in place to monitor metrics like latency, round-trip time, packet loss, jitter, and voice quality. With OpManager's IPSLA WAN and VoIP monitoring feature, you can monitor all of these metrics and ensure perfect connectivity with your wider office spaces. Here's an example to illustrate how important IPSLA monitoring is. Let's consider a scenario where your customer support members are exceptionally busy handling important customer calls every day. Obviously, the priority would be connecting with the customer as soon as possible and resolving their issues within minutes, right? However, what if there's a latency spike and the calls start taking longer than your company's SLAs? This is going to tank your customer satisfaction and severely affect your customer base. After all, according to a study conducted by IBM Rochester's AS400 division, if customer satisfaction increased by a single point, an additional $257 million would be generated in revenue over the next 5 years. But with OpManager's IPSLA monitoring feature, now you have a clear picture of the factors that result in increased latency and can take steps to resolve them. Now, before you start setting up IPSLA VoIP monitoring in OpManager, please remember that there are prerequisites. You need to add a Cisco device that is IPSLA responsive in OpManager. You also need to make sure that both SNMP read and write permissions are enabled in the devices. Finally, you need to ensure that the source device are reachable by the OpManager server. To add a new VoIP monitor, log into OpManager and click Settings. Now, click IPSLA under the Monitoring tab. Under VoIP call settings, provide details like the VoIP destination port, VoIP codec, the frequency, timeout, the type of service, and the MOS advantage factor to specify the call quality. Next, move to the VoIP threshold settings and set up the upper and lower limits for the MOS advantage, call jitter, latency, packet loss, RTT, and availability. You can also select the notification profiles you want associated with the VoIP monitor from beneath. Once this is done, you will receive alerts if any of these metrics have their thresholds violated. Now, click Network and select IPSLA. Click Add VoIP Monitor and select the details like the name of the monitor, the source device with SNMP write permission enabled, the source interface, the source port, the destination IP, and the display name. Set up the polling interval for the monitored device and click Save to add a VoIP device to be monitored by OpManager. Once the device has been added, head to the snapshot page to see the details like jitter, RTT, packet loss, and latency. If you scroll down, you can see the history of the same metrics represented visually in a graph. To add a new WAN monitor to OpManager. First, under the same IPSLA tab, select the WAN threshold template and set up the thresholds for monitoring RTT and availability. Again, you can associate a notification profile for WAN monitoring as well. Right next to the thresholds, you'll find the WAN test parameters. Click it to set up the traffic simulation to monitor the WAN metrics with OpManager. Now, enter the size of the traffic payload, type of service, frequency of the polling, specify the timeout duration, and choose whether you want to see the latency for each hop by enabling the traceroute option, and click Save. Now, click on IPSLA under the Network tab again. Choose WAN Monitor and select Add WAN Monitor. Start by adding the name of the monitor, provide the source device, and select the interface like you did before. Continue on with the destination IP and the display name. Finally, provide the polling interval and click Save to create a new WAN monitor in OpManager. You can now see the RTT represented as minimum, average, and maximum to specify the time it takes for the connection to travel back and forth. You can also see the threshold violation and error percentage as well. Like before, when you scroll down, you can see the historical availability of these metrics. OpManager will now simulate traffic to the end devices and fetch information about the call quality, allowing you to determine the root cause of the issue and take the necessary steps to resolve the problem promptly. Thanks for watching. To get updates on our latest features, please subscribe to our channel.